welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's FA Cup tie this weekend down at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday, the one-time Premier League stalwarts. So good to see Newcastle United back in cup action. We're going to get stuck into this in a minute, have a look about how we think the lads will line up. Always hard to predict a cup lineup, but we've done the best that we can, and just seeing how we think the game's going to go, really, and where we think it may be won or lost. So just before we do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. We'd love you to come and join us. We are on 2,260 subscribers, so loads more. You click that button, really appreciate it. All free content and Evermore. We don't charge anybody for this. Just love to have a chat about Newcastle United, and why not at the minute, because we are flying high, and we're going into cups now as well. Not fearing that we're going to get done over or beat by some low league opposition. So we're going to have a look at this now, see how we think the lads are going to line up. So a little bit about Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday are flying high in League One, just behind Plymouth Argyle on 52 points, and they are unbeaten in their last 6 games as well. The last time out, they beat Cambridge 5-0 in the league. So they're coming at this with a little bit of confidence that it'll be a huge tie for them. You know, it's on TV, it's live in the BBC. Massive away form will be coming from Newcastle, regardless of all the train strikes. That never stops the travelling Toon Army going down to support the team in mass quantities. Sheffield's on a couple-hour drive away. I've done it quite a lot for work, so it's not too bad. I'm sure there'll be plenty of coaches there, plenty of people taking the motors down, and it should be a good night. I'm sure there'll be a few people stopping over and a few scoops as well in Sheffield. But how do I think the lads are going to line up? It's always hard to predict this lineup, as I said there at the start, but we're going to do the best that we can. This is how I think the boys are going to line up. The keeper is a really, really interesting situation here. Now, I've gone for Karius. There's a lot of grey area here and ambiguity about the goalkeeping situation at the minute. So Dubravka came back from his loan at Manchester United. Not that he did much, but sit on the bench really and sit in the hotel. But he's come back. People don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to get used as a makeshift weight for Madison or Tillemans or whatever? Darlow, we don't know what's happening with Darlow. Karius, his contract needs to be sorted by January 16th. For a short-term spell, and he's away. You've got Gillespie, who just carries the waters. So we're not sure what's going to go on. But I've pumped for Karius because I think in Darlow and Dubravka, we have sellable assets there as a goalkeeper, whereas Karius, people were a little bit dubious even when we took a chance on him as a free transfer. So I think we might keep Karius around as the number 2 or number 3, and one of those other 3 keepers will go, Gillespie, Darlow or Dubravka. And I think between Darlow and Dubravka, they could fetch a fee, get off the wage books, maybe be used as a makeshift weight for a bid for one of those players. So I think Karius will start in between the sticks. I may be wrong, but that's what I've gone for. I've gone for Kieran Trippier at right back. You know, we've got a huge game against Leicester midweek in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Win that, we'll get to a semi. Got a really good chance of winning that cup as well, which is absolutely brilliant. Of course, we want to win every cup, but the Carabao Cup in particular, we're in a really good position there. But I think Trippier will play because I just think Trippier is so valuable to the team. I think he will start this game. Again, he could easily be switched out for somebody else, but I think Trippier will play this game. And I've gone for Lascelles and Byrne at centre-half. Byrne will slip in from his left-back position at centre-half, play next to Lascelles, who probably will not get booked as he's playing on the pitch, only gets booked on the sideline. And Matt Ritchie slipping in at left-back again. This will cup time at Ritchie, but I don't think that's a big issue. I think Newcastle United will utilise the squad. We could easily maybe use is a Bonswell, the young left back as well, could get a sniff. Maybe Jamal Lewis as well. But I've gone for Matt Ritchie. I think he'll get a game at Hillsborough. Midfield 3 was an interesting one. I've dropped Bruno because I think Bruno will be saved for Wednesday. Now it could even be Joe Linton that drops out and gets saved for Wednesday as well. But I think certainly Willock or Longstaff or both will start just because of their pure energy. But I've gone for the 3 of Joe Linton, Willock and Longstaff. Up front, I think Maxi will come back in the left-hand side with Murphy at the right. I don't think Fraser will play because I think he's going to get sold, so I don't think they'll risk the injury. And Chris Wood through the middle. I don't think Wilson will start. I know I spoke to a couple of people the other day and they said that Wilson would start. He needs the minutes, he needs the goals, he needs the games. But I just think Wilson will get held back for Wednesday, so he's tip-top in fit condition to hopefully smash Leicester and get us through to the semi-final. So that's how I think we're going to go. I don't know loads about Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. I do know they've got some old school Premier League players like Barry Bannon and guys like that. Josh Windass plays for them. He's top goal scorer with 9 goals. But just looking at their team news there, I think Barry Bannon may be injured. He was injured for the Cambridge game where they won 5-0. It doesn't look like he's going to return for this game. So that'll leave George Byers and Will Volks to partner up in their midfield. There's also, Visayo Deli Bashiro, who I think is he's a good player for them. He's a key player for them. They'll have Michael Smith up front. And again, like I say, Windass smashed in a hat-trick against Cambridge, so he's going at this full of form. So yeah, they're doing well in League Two. You can never underestimate these teams. You really can't. You can't go on these games thinking you're going to piss these games at all, because certainly the FA Cup, the FA Cup's got a history of giant killing. But just looking at this, Eddie Howe, Newcastle United, and the way that we play and the intensity that we play with, even if some of the young lads come in, I know there's rumours about someone going out on loan, so I never put them in the lineup. Elliot Anderson at Birmingham City potentially. I think Joe White as well going out on loan. So yeah, for me, I didn't put any of the young lads in there because they might potentially be going out on loan to other teams. But I think Newcastle United will win this game. I do. I think Newcastle United will win this game 3-0, maybe 3-0. I think defensively we're sound. Whoever comes in, Richie at left back does worry me a little bit because his legs are completely gone. But I think we'll have enough to steamroll Sheffield Wednesday. That's no disrespect to them. As high up in the league as they're on, as good of a job as Darren Moore has done, I think we'll beat these guys quite comfortably with that second string side. And then Wednesday's probably the bigger game, with all due respect to Sheffield Wednesday. In this tie, Wednesday's the game that could get us into the semi-final. And then after that, we're just one more game from a final, one more game from a cup. First cup since the 50s or 60s or whatever the hell it is. So yeah, to me, Newcastle United are prioritising in terms of how they're going to line up, and then Wednesday will be the more important game. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I think we'll have way too much for Sheffield Wednesday in midfield. I think even Chris Wood up front, as much as he's quite immobile, I think his movement in terms of his Premier League quality, in terms of pulling off League Two defenders or League One defenders, I think it'll be too much for them to handle. If Maxi plays, they could have sleepless nights, these lads at the back. Because Max will have a point to prove. You want to play and show that he can be part of this Newcastle United lineup going forward. He's struggled to get back in since he's come back from fitness. But yeah, for me, I think this is a Newcastle United win. It's going to be live to BBC from 6 p.m. I'll be watching it. And to all the travelling mags who are heading down, good luck getting there. I hope it's not too much of a ball ache while the train's being on. And I'm sure you'll be there in numbers, singing at the top of your lungs as always. But let us know what you guys think in the comments below. If you think we're going to win this game, I certainly do. Confidence is high in Newcastle United. Why the hell not? Third in the Premier League, unbeaten in my last 6, 7 plus games, 10 plus games, whatever it is. I've run out of games now. I can't even remember how many there was. We don't lose games anymore. We certainly don't go into cups underprepared and just gutless. We go in ready to win. As Eddie Howe said, we're not here to be popular. We're here to compete. We're here to win football games. And that's what we're going to do at the weekend, in my opinion. So this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team of United. If you can, please drop a like on the video. It really helps to get around YouTube and helps us try and get some more subscribers to the channel. We really appreciate everybody who's already subscribed. But if you haven't, there's room for you here. Just make sure I hit the button too many times. Hit the button, come and subscribe, all free of charge. We'd love to have you on board. So let's keep supporting that team of United. Let's hope for another win at the weekend through the next round of the FA Cup, and then roll on Wednesday, hopefully get this through at the semi-final. We'll catch you later. Cheers.